Okay. We are back. We are back. We are back. Come on, dude. I just need to check the YouTube stream is actually working. Okay. Hype. Start the timer. Yeah, that's pretty much everything. Hype. Okay, we're going back below. Had to go last time, but now.
Slide nice. Move in and do some damage. Shadow strike. Side splash.
Damn it.
Assault damage destroyed. Move in and strike.
Still. I'm not hard to get used to.
Yeah. Now step in.
Early bird.
The weapons.
Now melee attacks.
Got it. Take this.
Side splash.
When you get stuff like this, I always
Shadow
wonder,
strike.
like,
Slit edge.
Upper hand.
Appendage destroyed. Now fire away and topple.
I'll topple him.
Victory achieved.
We
it
got
looks
it.
like you should
Let's move.
do what your characters, or what the other guy says. So, I got some kind of shirt. This is some crazy looking armor. Prototype bodywear. It has 20% beam resistance, but it's also just not very good otherwise. I got this prototype scouter. Very cool. I mean, it's just plus everything, right? For some reason, this prototype headset gives you -5. Let's see. It seems uniquely punishing for no reason. Oh, it's like all of my stuff gives me -5. Wait, so I'm wearing this. Seems so weird. My guy looks cooler. Oh, I got a new ranged weapon. They are identical, except for they have a different. This one has a Mechanoid Slayer 1, and this one has a Potential Up 1. Whatever the hell that means. What we're really waiting for is to hit level 7 so I can use this jetpack looking weapon. I'm a little bit away from that though. I imagine soul voices. Is this an actual? Oh, okay. I was not expecting all of this. So it seems like a lot of her stuff leans really heavily into using your melee weapon. Like, this is definitely something that I don't know. I don't want to be like. This is definitely more like PS3 graphics more than it is PS4 graphics. But I feel like it doesn't look bad. The big thing that I like about this, and that the Xenoblade games do really well, is like the distance isn't blurry. That's my like #1 thing I hate in older games, is I hate when like the distant objects are super blurry.
Assault hammer. Now. Blast
Target
on
in
out.
sight. Scream edge.
Got it. Take this. Yeah. Now step in.
Early bird. Now melee attacks.
There's melee attacks. So every time the screen
Nice.
kind of
Move
slows
in and do
down.
some damage.
I feel like
That's
I can
good.
do anything. Victory achieved.
We got him. Let's move.
Slit edge! I'll take point.
Now
Charge!
it's my turn.
Assault
Side
hammer!
slash.
Flame grenade! Appendage destroyed.
I'll topple
Now
him.
fire away and topple it.
Nice. Move in and do some damage.
Take this!
Yeah, I definitely think I'm doing more damage now. Now that I'm actually like trying to focus on hitting those things.
Slit edge!
I could have waited for her to say. Well, that might get soon. Yeah, it seems like the different color attacks are what your characters ask
and do
for
some damage.
is based off of like what they when they use one.
Flame grenade!
Use an aura. Get control of the battle.
So I can use an aura.
I'm working on it.
Now, melee attack.
Slit edge!
We did pretty well. What's up, man? I don't have a Discord or anything.
Slit edge!
Engaging. Lay down some fire for me. Shadow strike.
Assault hammer! Flame grenade!
Side slash.
Slit edge!
Use an aura. Get control of the battle.
It's okay. I'm working on it. Follow me. Aura's up.
Slide. That's dented.
Chrome armor!
Move in and keep the rhythm going.
I'll
Side
show them what
slash.
they're up against. Yeah! Now step in.
Now it's my turn.
Flame grenade!
Upper hand.
Slit edge!
Slide. Scream edge.
Slit edge! Assault hammer! You call this progress?
It was a very weird interaction. I'm kind of getting it. I don't know if I'm just kind of getting it or I'm just leveling up. I think it's so funny that they give you items that are straight up. Oh, I'm not high vocal. And these are. Yeah, I don't think I need beam resistance yet, so. Do I challenge the level 8? Probably not. I don't want to, though. I think I almost lost to a level 6 there, so... Whoa, it's a giant thing up there. I can't tell if it's one of the big gorilla-looking things or what.
Slit edge! I'll take point!
Now
Charge!
it's my turn. Nice.
energy.
Move in and do some damage.
I feel like I could do anything!
Side slash.
Slit edge! Appendage destroyed! Now fire away and topple it!
Early bird.
Slit edge!
That put a dent in him.
Wonder if you're
Move in and
supposed
keep
if
the
you
rhythm
should
going.
wait. Like if I had waited a second, would it do more damage?
Slit edge! Yeah!
Shadow
Now step
strike.
in!
Side slash.
Slit edge!
Upper hand! Strength comes from experience. That's true on any planet.
None of those things are actually worth any money.
Slit edge!
Use an aura! Get control of the battle! Shadow
Infuriate!
strike!
It's okay. I'm working on it.
Side slap knife!
Assault hammer!
Move in and do some damage! Slide! Slinger!
Flame grenade! Slit edge! Enemy's destroyed! Now fire away and topple it!
Assuming my character says to shoot, that my bullets do more damage. I just actually have no idea, but
Slit edge!
I don't remember to wait for just a second and wait for them to say, because now it would have done more damage now. Oh, it's staggered now.
Slit edge!
Side slash!
Appendage destroyed! Now fire away and topple it!
Upper hand!
And now that I waited for a second.
Sorry, guys. Can
I
someone
should
heal
heal up
me?
first.
Please?
Slide nice! Move in and do some damage.
Take this!
Yeah,
Still got a
there
ways
you
to
go. Okay.
Nice work.
You wait just a second to do your attack. Well, it was a bit longer than a second, but how do you see your XP? I would have just assumed it's the meter underneath the health bar. Oh wait, was it there at the bottom? Oh, I am not close to a rank up. Okay. And so we fight one of these level 6 ones. Oh, free stuff. Oh, it's nighttime again. I think honestly just entering the
Taking
fight,
first strike. Stay
Now,
close!
my turn.
maybe not.
Suck nice.
Assault
Move
hammer.
in and do some damage.
Flame grenade!
Scream edge.
Okay. But now wait for it to actually ask me.
Early bird. Suck nice. Move
Slit
in and do
edge.
some damage.
That should work.
Recuperate!
Upper hand. Shadow strike.
Slit edge!
Not asking me to do anything.
Suck nice. Move in and do some damage.
World
And
armor!
I should do the right
Slide.
thing.
Slinger. Scream edge. Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike.
Take this!
Upper hand.
I feel like I could do anything! Appendage destroyed! Now fire away and
Shadow
topple it!
strike. Side
Victory
slash.
achieved!
We got him.
Okay, well that
Let's
was
move.
almost bad. Some kind of fish out in the water. Oh, is that another one of the spider things? It can actually be a smart idea, at least if this is anything like Xenoblade 1, to collect as much of this stuff as you see. Because a lot of the time you'll collect all this stuff, and then somebody will ask you to go find things for them, and you already have them all, because you already went out of your way to find them. I don't know if that's exactly how this works in this game, but... I'm gonna be honest, the below path, kind of the easier path. To be fair, I died to both a good little bit, but... How does she give you credits? How much money do I have? Oh my god, I have like 30k. I guess level 8s are impossible for me. Oh wait, no, that was telling me their
Slit edge! I'll take point!
Now it's
Charge!
my turn. Slide flinger.
Got it! Take this! Now! Blast the snot out of you!
Shadow strike. Side slash.
Slit edge!
What that looked like it was gonna call for help.
Early bird. Slide flinger.
You've still got a ways to go.
Nice work.
Wasn't bad. We're actually halfway to level 7. Oh my god, level 50.
Slit edge! I'll take
I think he
point!
doesn't care about me.
Now it's my turn.
Assault hammer!
Side slash. Slide flinger.
Slit
He
edge!
just doesn't want to ask me to do moves all of a sudden. I don't know what the problem
grenade.
is.
Suck nice. Move in and do some damage.
Got it! Take
Slide
this!
flinger.
Face me.
I'm off balance!
Green edge.
Package destroyed! Now fire away and topple!
Shadow strike.
Slit edge! Victory achieved!
We got him. Let's move.
Ooh, that's actually cool. It's probably too high level for me to use. Just seems to be how everything is, but actually looks decent. Yeah, level 7, but I mean we're almost level 7, so and it's a good bit better than what I have. I don't like that you can run around with the menu open. This seems like gross.
Slit edge!
They're off guard.
Actually, don't know if I can
Stagger
beat
them
this
with a
one, but
melee
we'll try it.
attack.
Watch your step!
Slide flinger.
Flame grenade!
Suck nice. Move in and do some damage.
Take this! Yeah! Now step in!
Sliding flinger.
I'm off balance! Sorry, guys. Can
I
someone
should
heal
heal
me?
up first.
Please?
Shadow
Slit edge!
He's messing it up.
appendage destroyed. Move in and strike. Side slash.
Got it! Take this!
Sliding flinger.
I'm
off balance.
Sorry, guys. Can someone heal me? Please? World armor!
Appreciated. Engaging. Lay down
Slit
fire
edge.
for me. Shadow strike.
Assault hammer! Target in sight. Firing!
Side
Inside
slash.
the beast.
Destroyed! Now fire away and topple!
I'll topple him.
You've still got a ways to go.
Nice work.
Little classroom. Okay. I was gonna level up though. I've hit max rank. I think I like one more of those. And we get to use the other weapon. I have a bunch of stuff that unlocks at level 7. But we are not fighting that thing. Oh my god.
Slit edge! I'll take point! Charge!
Now it's my turn.
Assault hammer!
Sliding flinger.
Slit edge!
Suck nice. Move in and do some damage. Early bird.
Slit edge! Yeah! Now step in!
I'm missing all the timings on this one.
Slide nice. Move in and do some damage.
Got it! Take this!
Is he running away?
Side slash. Shadow strike.
Slit edge! Yeah! Now step in!
Upper hand. Now it's my turn.
Victory achieved!
Nice work.
Yeah, like one more level 6. Or this level 7 might work. I wish we get the jump key.
Slit it!
They're off guard. Stagger them with a melee attack.
Watch your step! Now! Blast the snot out of it!
Target in sight. Side slash.
Got it!
And I forgot how fun Xenoblade combat can be. It's just kind of like boring to some extent at first, but there's just enough to focus on.
Slit it! Yeah!
Early bird.
I gotta get used to them asking.
Slide nice. Move in and do some damage.
Got it! Take this!
Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike. Upper hand. Shadow
Too much
strike.
force!
Thought I got
Now,
a
melee
beam
attack.
ability.
Got it! Take this! Yeah! Now step in!
Now it's my
Call
turn.
this progress?
There we go. Oh, and I got a ray gun. Okay, wait. First things first. I wanna use the cool weapons. Unable to equip with class. Oh. I'm gonna guess unable. Yeah, okay. Well. This is just worse than what I'm wearing. This also gives me -5 and everything. And -15 that. I'm sure it's fine. Oh, these are all level 8. Oh, how's it going, Evan? I actually pop up my chat so I can see them.
This is what he comes to.
Uh-oh. I don't think it doesn't know we're text.
Slit it!
Sliding slinger. Shadow strike. Side slash.
Assault hammer! Flame grenade! Slit it!
Upper hand. Sliding slinger. Green edge. You're tough. Touch me up.
Is this okay?
Appreciated.
No, it's always my first reaction
Shadow
to
strike.
just hit the button.
Side slash.
Slit it!
Dude, I am trying to wait for them to call something out.
Upper hand.
You've still got a ways to go.
We got him. Let's move.
I didn't know there's like a whole class system in this game. The only Xenoblade I've ever played is 1. Or no, that's a lie. I've played a good bit of 2. But I can't get it. 2's graphics are awful. It's genuinely painful to look at that game for like a long period of time. Hopefully, like Switch 2 kind of fixes a lot of at least that game's visual problems. I probably shouldn't fight that thing. I don't even know where I'm going. You can jump in this game. Camera does not like that room. I don't know if it looked weird on stream or... But I can tell you playing, the camera does not like that room very much. Like, anyway... It's like X plus, or... Yeah, there we go. I love that this has like the Assassin's Creed. Oh, okay, yeah, I was supposed to go there. I love that this thing has the Assassin's Creed bird and it's just implemented so much better. It doesn't feel like super cheesy. You know, the bird just kind of let you do, like, see everything. I can't believe I missed the door by like a mile. It took the camera from me.
Looks a lot bigger up close, doesn't it? And this was just the habitat unit. The white whale was one hell of a ship. Until it all came crashing down, at least. That's the west gate. It's closed off now for security reasons. But we've repurposed a freight elevator that will get us inside.
It's a good thing I spent so much time level.
Grexes. And they're riled.
There's no way you land on a planet and the very first thing you do when you see these things is name them Grexus.
We can't leave them roaming here. Not this close to the gate. We're gonna have to take them down. You ready?
So why do I feel like I've been in that pod for like 3 months or something? So these are fucking massive. Weapons you use on foot or split between melee and oh my god, I actually just forgot this game has like heightens in it. That's gonna be so sick, actually. Melee weapons can only take at close range. I feel like you'd have figured this out by now. Tend to hit multiple times, but damage, yeah. When you use an art, you'll automatically switch over to the weapon of the art associated with your melee weapon. For melee weapon, yeah, I feel like arts. Oh, this is kind of like the first tough battle. You could kind of ignore most of what was already there. Okay, wait, actually, what is it saying? Arts which are associated with the weapon you're currently wielding, melee or range, will continue their cooldown even after they're ready to use. This is called secondary cooldown. Okay. I was sitting there looking at that circle. I was like, is that like it fully powered up or something? I didn't know what that meant. Arts have a full secondary cooldown, will have a greatly increased effect. Oh, it is just a charge, essentially. Okay, well, I'm focusing this way.
I'll take point!
Now
Charge!
it's my turn! Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike!
Take this!
Strike! Linger!
One down! Close in on the
Oh,
next!
these things have no health.
Now it's my turn!
Slit edge!
Muscle neutralized. Switch to close range combat. Side slash. Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike.
There we go. Wow. Those things were way easier to fight than everything else I fought. What is this game? Why is this the first fight? I guess you could just run past everything.
It's a shame we had to settle near so much wildlife. Luckily, some species aren't so hostile, but they aren't necessarily friendly either. I've come to learn that there's a fine line between self-defense and provoking a fight. We need to walk that line. All right, let's head in. Who knows? Maybe seeing the inside will jog your memory.
Just one of the scenes in the trailer that I've always found so interesting is like the city from this top-down perspective. Because they have like buildings, and like the thing in Xenoblade is like, oh, if you see it, oh wow, my outfit looks stupid. The whole thing in Xenoblade though is like, if you can see it, you can go to it. And I've always found that to be like the most interesting thing ever. So I'm just so curious, like, can I go down to that town and like, you probably can't look into every building. There's probably not an interior for every building. But like, is there an actual Is there an actual like town down there?
Thanks.
Oh, hello, you must be the new friend that Colonel Elma mentioned in her report. Having just woken up after all that time, I'm sure you're dying to get home and take a shower. Unfortunately, the west gate is closed at the moment. If you want to enter the city, you will need to use the elevator at the top of the stairs. They'll probably open the gate soon, thanks to the great work you guys did killing the monsters that were causing all that trouble. But until then, you'll have to forgive the inconvenience, please understand. Okay. I heard in the, this is probably gonna start a cutscene, but I heard that there's, like, inside the game's files, there's a 60 FPS. I feel like in the video I saw about it, they said that it was a 60 FPS executable, but I don't know what that means on a console. Like, I don't know how console file structures for game works. I imagine similar to how every other computer file structure works, but damn, this is so freaking cool. I'm trying to remember, we came from, yeah, we would have come from over there, where my guy's shoulder is. Maybe this world is bigger. Wait, can I cheat and use my guy? I can. Oh my god. Can I see into the city? Oh my god, I'm cheating. This is so sick. Okay, we can actually go do the real thing you're supposed to do with this. Yeah, this is by far the coolest scene in the trailer. Where are her feet, bro? What? She's wearing, like, swords on her foot.
Well, here we are. Not too shabby, huh?
I'm trying so hard to
For a
pinpoint this voice
giant
actor.
beached spaceship, anyway. But, like it or not, this place is our home now.
There's such
We
aliens
took the
from
name
showing
from the
up here.
city it was modeled after back on Earth. We call it New Los Angeles. Welcome to NLA.
Presumably everyone here is American? I would presume every country kind of just built their own at that point.
And so it was that another survivor came to join our band of refugees. Together, we resolved to forge a new way of life here on Mira, come what may.
Yeah, those things are sick.
New LA was our beautiful lie to ourselves. Truth is, we were
They
adrift,
got cars too.
heading into the unknown.
Imagine
Our
all the
native
fucked
home
up shit
was
you could
gone,
do by bringing all these
swallowed in a
like
shroud of light,
different species and
and our
different.
future was
I mean, it's
uncertain.
literally an entire different
had no idea
ecosystem.
what fate
You
lay
just
in store
dropped
for
into this
us.
planet. The planet's biology could destroy all of
Only
our
that we had to
stuff,
keep
or
living
our planet's biology
order
could
to
destroy all of
see.
their stuff. So interesting. This is the direction they brought the second game in the Xenoblade series. It just feels so weird and different from the other three Xenoblades. Save, yes, sure. I have an infinite save slot. No, I have 3 save slots and an autosave. Yes. I never upgrade or update the. No, I'd never do.
How about a quick tour of the facilities to refresh your memory? Let's start with your living quarters. Follow me.
I want a robot, bro. Give me a robot. I wonder, like, I'm so interested because they have the other species or whatever.
Los Angeles.
I'll shut
Good
up.
day. This is your Director General, Maurice Chausson. Today, I once again come to you with news I am truly delighted to share. Yesterday, we repatriated 10 more White Whale crew members. These fellow pioneers will rejoin our ranks as citizens of NLA, bringing with them skills and know-how that will bolster our ability to survive and indeed flourish here in our new home. This, of course, is only the latest success in our continuing efforts.
Director
As
General?
part of my
Since when?
initiative For the rescue and recovery of
2 days
all
ago,
our
ma'am.
brothers and sisters. I stand here truly humbled and
From
grateful.
political aide to director general in just a few weeks. At this rate, he'll be emperor by next month.
Irina? Gwyn?
Nice work out there, ma'am.
This is so
The
interesting.
three of us were in the Coalition forces together. Specifically, the Special Operations Heavy Armor Training Unit, aka the Skeleton Crew. I was a colonel and Irina a lieutenant. Gwyn was a more recent recruit. Of course, I keep telling them we don't need those old ranks anymore now that we're here.
You're still colonel to me, ma'am. No reorg will ever change that. And that's not about chain of command either. It's about respect. You've earned it.
And the award for best ass kiss goes to...
Well, I'd remind you both the ma'ams aren't necessary if I thought you'd listen.
This one of the survivors, ma'am?
The survivor. I only found a single pod intact at Starfall Basin.
Wait, what? What happened to 10 more crew members?
Come on, seriously? Chausson was never one to let the truth get in the way of a good speech. Still, every last survivor counts. You can call me Irina. I'm with the Interceptors.
Me too. Same division. You can call me Mr. Evans. Or just Gwyn.
All right, ma'am. We should be getting back to work. Until next time, Colonel.
Very interesting.
Right. We should be
When
going
do I
too.
get my robot?
The administrative district isn't far. That's where you'll be calling home. For now, anyway.
My guy looks like a psycho. I'm wearing dress pants with a robot arm and a Dragon Ball scanner. What is it?
Strength comes from experience. That's
the-
true on any planet.
Are the bad guys gonna be like? I don't
There you
I
are.
mean, that guy's obviously gonna be the bad guy of the game. I heard you faced a lot of indigenous out there. It's like you rolled out of bed and onto a battlefield. Look, I'm no specialist, but if I were you, I'd worry. What the fuck? I don't know why I'm having such a hard time reading this. I'd worry that I pushed my body too far. You should head over to the administrative district for a medical checkup, or at the very least some rest. I don't know what you intend to do now that you're here, but you can wait until you've taken care of yourself. Okay. I would like this robot, please. Give him to me. This thing is sick looking. I wish they had them walking around.
Hey!
Oh.
Whew.
I want to talk to all these people, but... Oh, what is that? I want this one now. I changed my mind. Oh my god, this is sick. Okay, we need to progress the story quickly. We need to get to the point. I don't care about any of these people now. We're rushing to the robot. Her fucking shoes are atrocious. The dress pants robot arm is kind of growing on me too, by the way. Oh, that's good. They're going to deliver my robot to me. Oh, that's definitely mine. It's broken. I don't know why this stage looks like that one Mario Sunshine stage. Oh my god, show off, just crash already. Mission on my car. Oh my god, that's literally the thing from Halo. I don't know what the Halo stuff is called, but that's literally the car from Halo.
Damn it!
No shit. It's one of my favorite voice actors of all time. I don't know his name, but he plays Frankie in One Piece. He's, I mean, several characters in a lot of anime. He also played, for a long time, he played Scorpion in Mortal Kombat. And yes, I got his voice just off of weird noises.
Look, I know what exhaust smells like, and it was exhaust in the cockpit. Just check the ductwork, would ya?
Oh, I'm checking. I just seriously doubt... Hey, look at that! The intake exhaust bypass is reversed. Oh man, it's a good thing I caught that.
You caught that? You're the one who cleared me to fly!
Everything okay? It's not like you to flub a flight check, Lynn. Good thing you had a rugged pilot like Doug at the controls.
Oh, hey Elma. How'd it go out there? And would this be one of the you-know-whos? Cool.
What's that mean?
I'm Lynn Lee Koo, mechanic and top all-around fix-it gal for Blade.
She's 13, and I know, she looks young, and she is young, but trust me, she's one of our top talents.
Most of the time, that is. Most of the time.
Anyway, you guys heading back to the barracks?
Yeah. Why do you ask?
As long as you're here, why don't I take you on the transport? It's a great way to see the city. I'll give you the grand tour.
That sounds like a great idea.
I hope the transport is a robot.
All right, Doug, I think that'll be all for today. You can clean up here and dock the Skell.
What?
Don't mind the exhaust. I'll take care of it tomorrow.
Don't mind it? Wait, why am I cleaning up your mess in the first place? Lynn! Lynn!
I hope that guy's the main character's best friend from here on out. What is this? Changing party members. You can change your active party member. Swap, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I guess I put Lynn in the party. Okay.
Damn it.
Oh, that doesn't mean I can talk. Oh, wait, I can talk to Doug. Oh my god, we can talk to Doug. Who's that?
Hey, listen.
Inquire. Ask Roscoe about, what the fuck? Curative. Okay. Inquire.
Listen to this.
Even merely maintaining our current frontline requires ludicrous amounts of money and material. It was difficult enough on Earth, but supporting a military on a planet like this requires resources on a whole other scale, which means we curators need to secure significant resources here on Mirai to fuel the Blade's military activities. Otherwise, so these are just the junk collector men. Okay.
Crap.
How am I supposed to handle this all by myself? Oh, don't mind me. Just go ahead to the Blade barracks. This is transport. There's a transport pilot just down the way, but okay. Doug doesn't want to talk that much. There's one brick of a ship. It's like some shit you'd see in Starfield. Don't we basically just have things like this at this point?
You can see
They just don't look
everything
anything
from
like
up
this.
here.
It beats walking, that's for sure.
The best way to see NLA. I never get tired of this view. It's like a different city every time.
It's certainly come a long way in the last few weeks. But there's still so much to be done.
One day at a time.
Speaking of which, we don't really have time for a full pleasure cruise here. Why don't you give us the express tour, Lynn? Just the highlights.
Okay, you got it.
Imagine that we could play without the robot for a while.
New LA is divided into 4 districts. We departed from the industrial district, where Doug and I were conducting the flight test. It has food production, skill development, you know, industries and stuff.
It's also where the West Gate is located, remember? Expect to pass through there fairly often. The only other gate out of the city is in the administrative district, but I'm skipping ahead.
I wonder if there are different cities on this planet.
Next is the commercial district. Restaurants, galleries, cafes, clothing, groceries, you name it. It's a veritable shopping paradise.
The CD is the closest thing to a downtown we've got. It can actually get pretty crowded sometimes.
Well, by NLA standards anyway. Day or night, the best and only bargains on the planet. To your
So
right,
funny.
the residential district. Housing, housing, and more housing. Well, plus a nice park
It's like
and the
15
cathedral.
houses.
If you're ever looking for quiet time alone, or want to relax and unwind with a good book, that's the spot.
Right? The park is my favorite place to just zone out and chill. And last but not least, our destination, the administrative district, the nerd center at the heart of NLA. Note the distinct dual-level structure here. The upper level holds our administrative tower, home to Blade HQ and the government. Not to mention Armory Alley, as well as the barracks where we live. The lower
Cool
level there is a
helicopter.
hangar complex for Skell maintenance and repairs. And this concludes our tour. We will be landing
The green thing
shortly.
looks like some kind of like helicopter
Thanks.
jet or something.
We'll save the rest of orientation for once we're back at the barracks.
They have robot guards in the background. Oh, it is one of those helicopter jet things. I don't know if those are real, but I've seen them in games before. The 2 blades that look like they should hit each other.
Enjoy your stay in the administrative district, and thank you for flying Lindley Airlines.
Right. Let's get you over to the barracks. Then I should file my report. They'll be eager to hear the details on how I found you, I'm sure.
Well then, we better not keep them waiting. The barracks are pretty close, actually. They're set up just behind the giant blade tower here. That road there wraps around the left side and leads right to it.
We'll pass through Armory Alley, but let's not get sidetracked, okay? We can check it out later.
Wait, I want to look at the helicopters. Come back. Look at this freaking thing. This thing's sick. There's a man named Gus over there. I'm not going down. I don't know what they were bugging me about. There's so many named characters in here. Ask him about battle points. Inquire. Oh my, is the new guy turning to little old me for help? You're making me blush. Well, I bet I'll teach you. You bet I'll teach you. I'll teach you everything you need to know. You earn battle points as your base level rise. You can spend those. Oh yeah, this is the thing. I already did this. There are a lot of people here. Ben is a little aggressive at times. These robots move a little bit. What is this? You must learn the mechanical field skill to recover this treasure. Okay. Skills. Breaker. I guess these are classes, if I had to guess what these all are. Be able to actually see where the hell it goes. They did tell me to not waste my time.
Am I right?
But I will talk to this person because they have a funny symbol.
What?
About the Xenoform. What the hell?
Well.
After the horrible fate that befell Earth, some humans have come to resent all Xenoforms. But as a scientist, I'm always eager to blah blah blah. When I understand they found ruins about the planet that suggest. Okay, so there is gonna be other kinds of people. Is there like the elf equivalents, and there's a couple other humanoid creatures, right?
And here we are, the Blade Barracks. Consider yourself our guest until we finish getting you registered. Feel free to come and go as you please.
I think I can answer that one. So, you must be the latest rescue.
Secretary Nagi!
Ms. Koo. Chipper as always, I see.
What can I say? Pep is my middle name.
I ran into Doug Barrett on the way here, and he didn't seem quite so upbeat. Anything about today's flight I should know?
No. Nothing to worry about.
Good. Be sure it stays that way. More importantly, Elma, you found another one. Excellent work out there.
Just doing my job, Mr. Secretary.
Now, as for officially registering our new citizen here...
Why don't we talk inside? There's a lot of ground to cover. It could take some time.
Ah yes, of course. Forgive me. You must be weary from the stasis and your journey back to us. Please, after you.
I'll put on some tea.
Very interesting. It seems weird that they would just let some random guy into this room. Also, nobody's saying anything.
Allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is Kentaro Nagi. You may remember me as captain of the White Whale, but now I serve as Secretary of Defense here for New LA. The provisional government has charged me with keeping the peace, so all military and police matters fall under my jurisdiction.
He's also my superior officer. And he'd be an excellent person to talk to when you're ready to start looking for work.
What about a job right here with Blade? He seems capable.
Let's give it a little more time. At least until he knows enough to be able to make an informed decision.
No, I want the
He
robot.
seems to be suffering from some form of memory loss.
Memory loss? From the stasis?
He could barely remember his name, and nothing at all about what happened to Earth or the White Whale.
I see. Though, come to think of it, the entire lot of us have only been on this planet for what, 2 months? It shouldn't take very long to get caught up.
My thoughts exactly.
Well then, where should we begin?
Speaking more about the Blade.
Blade is an acronym. Builders of a legacy after the destruction of Earth.
This Blade.
Quite fitting, I think. It's a relatively new organization. Up there in space, we had plenty of provisions, and a crew trained to handle the limited amount of situations we might encounter in our travels. But of course, all that changed after we lost most of our ship and came crashing down here on Mira. We needed food, water, search and rescue teams, surveyors, police. The list goes on and on. It was too much for the provisional government to manage on its own, so Blade was born. The idea was to have one central organization with different disciplines to fill these various roles. Its core was pulled from the Coalition military, so it's mostly former soldiers. But fighting isn't our most important duty. Right now, we have a single top priority that supersedes all others. The search for and recovery of the Lifehold.
What?
Take a look at this.
How do you lose that? Seems pretty.
The White Whale was designed to carry an exceedingly large number of passengers, all of them held in stasis. All housed in a structure called the Lifehold. This is a complete schematic of that facility. Only essential personnel were conscious and active for the journey from Earth. The flight crew, maintenance engineers. And of course, some military so we could defend ourselves if necessary. But the vast majority were in the Lifehold. Are in the Lifehold. With any luck, they're all still there, in stasis, waiting to be rescued. But there's a problem. We now know the Lifehold broke apart along with the rest of the ship when we came down on Mira. What we don't know is exactly where all the pieces landed. Not very comforting, I know. Blade's top priority now is locating the missing units.
It's safe to spell all this stuff.
It started at the end, 2 years ago. The end of Earth. The casualty of a battle between two hyper-advanced alien civilizations. Their technology and weapons were beyond our comprehension. We were like infants, naked, powerless. The Earth
so
was reduced to ash and blown away.
It would be so interesting if, like, this was how the Mechonis and the
I
Bionis
still wonder if I
came to
hadn't
be.
been there. If maybe all of this could have somehow been avoided.
No one can know that, Elma. What we do know is without you, there'd have been no Project Exodus, and no escape for any of us. Did it go perfectly? No. But we are here, and we are alive. We survived. So yes, Project Exodus. Once we learned the Earth might be threatened, we needed a plan to preserve all her various life forms. That plan was the Earth Life Colonization Project, otherwise known as Project Exodus.
Those of us who escaped on the White Whale spent over 2 years wandering in space. 2 hard years. But we clung to our mission, find a habitable planet, and settle there. We had no idea how long it would take. Or that the decision would eventually be made for us.
The xenoforms found us again, and, well, it wasn't a happy reunion.
How lucky we were just right
Earth
next
wasn't
to a
enough.
planet to land
They
on.
wanted humanity destroyed. For better and for worse, we were close to planet Mira when we lost control of the White Whale. Inertia and gravity took it from there.
The ship had taken way too much damage to survive entering the atmosphere intact. We had no choice. We channeled all the power we had left to soft land the habitat. Once the dust cleared, we set to work transforming it into its current state. Searching for survivors, establishing Blade, installing the provisional government. Basically, making it a sustainable city.
Ah, yes. All citizens of NLA are required to register their name, age, and occupation. We also ask you report any personal assets and take a short survey regarding your current state of health. All purely as a precaution. I'm sure you understand. As the caretakers of humanity's survival, we all have certain responsibilities.
And hey, it's not all bad. Registering gets you access to all kinds of public services.
In any case, I'm sure this is all a lot to digest. You'll be wanting some time. Ms. Koo, even I'm tired of hearing myself speak. Why don't you take our guest out for some air? Perhaps a tour of the administrative district.
Yes, sir.
Presumably, if I was on
keep this
the
briefing
ship
brief.
in any way, shape, or form, there would be some record of me. And I presume I would be part of the crew. And not one of the people stuck in the cryo thing we're looking for. So would it not be... Would somebody would have to know who I am? That's what I'm talking about. I just don't know why they went with the amnesia plotline. Unless I'm like an alien or something. Customization center. Okay. Well, that answers that question, I guess. Man, I want a robot so bad. I wonder how long you have to wait. I wonder if they even did. Like, I presume it's not just like a complete gameplay replacement for like the ground, like the human form. I imagine that you go back and forth between them.
You know, it's not every day we're authorized to let a civilian tour the administrative district.
Yeah. Nagi must really, really want him to join Blade.
The AD is a bit different from the other districts. It's got everything a Blade would need, all in one place, without any extra fluff.
Get a load of that skill. Even the way that they walk is so cool. Oh yeah, work it, baby.
As if tired.
Now this guy gets it. Aren't they just the coolest? Just everything about them. The lasers, the force fields, the bipedal and vehicular transformations. You ever have that dream where you're inside one and it's just transforming over and over and over?
No.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Actually, I don't normally show this to people, but I've been working on some Skell fanfiction. Hold on, I'll just pull it up here 1 sec.
What is this
Lynn.
character?
Oh, right. Sorry.
Originally, scales were developed as a defensive measure to counter potential alien threats. It wasn't enough to save Earth, though. We were outnumbered and outgunned. Still, just look around you. New LA has gone from basically nothing to this in just 2 short months. We could never have come so far so fast without Skell technology. I'd love to get you into one to see for yourself, but it's not that simple.
Well, yeah, duh. For one thing, only Blades are allowed to pilot Skells. And even then, you need a license.
These aren't toys we're talking about. They're complex machines with powerful weapons. And they're a precious resource. We only have so many of them to go around. So yes, as you might imagine, the certification process is a fairly rigorous one.
It's just them telling us it's going to be like
I'm sure
10
you're
hours
thinking,
before
where
you're
do I
allowed to
sign
play
up
with
for the
them.
test? But it's not that simple. They choose you, not the other way around. You can't just walk in the front door and volunteer.
There is some criteria. The details are largely hidden, but basically, HQ only allows the cream of the crop to take the test. Blades who go above and beyond in their duties, and for the people of New LA in general.
So what do you say? If you become a Blade and work hard, I'm sure it'll only be a matter of time before they tap you on the shoulder.
Speaking of work, that reminds me. Why don't we check out the Mission Control Board first? That's where we take on our assignments.
Good call. Let's head on over.
I don't even have a job yet. They're trying to get me to sign up for work. What is that? What is this?
Listen.
Free stuff. Oh my god, there's like a survey rate. And so that means I found
this is
1.5%
mission
of
control.
everything.
We don't have a dispatch system yet, so Blades usually choose their own assignments. Everyone comes here and selects from the missions available on the board.
And it's not just official Blade tasks. Anyone with a request is free to post here. Businesses, citizens, whoever.
Yeah, it's basically how anything gets done in New LA, so the board is constantly updating.
I mean, I don't
Just
have to run
about
around
every Blade will
thousands of
stop by here at
NPCs.
some point in their shift.
It's like our second home. You'll always find a number of Blades around here, blowing off steam or browsing mission control for their next assignment.
Whenever I get freed up, I'll stop here first thing to check for any missions I might be suited for.
Likewise. And if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo, that's what the Scout console is for. We should show you that next.
Hey, who's giving this tour anyway? We also have the Scout console, if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo. And Elma
Whoa,
just
that's a
said
lot of
that,
motion
didn't
blur.
she?
Wish you could
Hey.
turn that off. I cannot access that. Okay, I'll give up. Is this game multiplayer?
Ta-da! The Blade Scout console. When the going gets tough, the tough go to the Scout console. You know, to get tougher.
If you do end up joining us, you'll quickly realize just how important this little kiosk is. A lot of the mission control assignments are too much for any one Blade to handle. They tend to call for multiple members with specialized knowledge or unique skills. This console lets you search for and recruit other Blades to fill those roles for just such an occasion.
You can't spell Blade without team. Sorta. Anyway, awesome, right? So, you ready to join up?
Hang on, Lynn. Take it easy, would you?
What? I'm just saying you'd have to be some kind of an idiot not to want to join Blade. Or maybe a crazy person.
Oh, and here I thought you might be pressuring our guest.
Apology accepted. Now, how about a little shopping? And I'm not talking about the stuff over in the commercial district. I'm talking about Armory Alley.
Wish I could speed this up just a little bit. Because like, I don't really like this section just because it's like, oh, here, do I get to pick one of these? Striker uses a longsword assault rifle, dual sword, dual guns. And an enforcer uses a knife and a ray gun. And you have Winged Viper. Oh, a photon saber. And psycho launchers. Javelin and a sniper rifle. A shield and a Gatling gun. Very interesting. Seems like... So, wait, I have skill slots 5, skill slots 2. So a drifter starts off with that many skill slots. Can I just be this? Oh. Attaining rank 10 in any of the final stage classes allows you to master that class's weapons. Mastering a class's weapon allow you to use those weapons and any associated arts, even when using a different class. Okay, so you're supposed to use every class, basically. So then you can just do whatever the hell you want. So now I only have 2 skill slots, but I have... But I'm here. How do I actually unlock a skill though? Jaguar. What the hell is that? Oh, this is her. Okay, I'm just gonna ignore that for a minute. Arts. Uh-oh, I only have 2 arts. / I assume I unlock these through gameplay, or do I? Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. So I got these cool things I found, and then I've got the cool guns I found. This is crazy.
So this street's what we call Armory Alley.
Blades can requisition equipment from any of the vendors here.
I won't lie, most Blade members face danger on a daily basis. Having the latest gear isn't about impressing your friends. It's a matter of survival.
True enough. And that goes not only for your personal armor and weapons, what we call ground gear, but for skell equipment as well.
You can even buy whole skells. Can you imagine owning your own skell? Huh? Oh, right, the tour. I think all that's left is the heart of Blade itself. Blade Tower.
I'd like to buy a robot. Am I going the right way? Oh, yeah. Oh, the sword is huge. Oh yeah, and there's the giant gun too. These things are so cool. I've never actually played Xenogears. Where's that thing? Is it up there? Is that it?
Yes.
Oh, it's this entire thing.
Really?
Seems like they have more than enough robots to give me one of
Blade
them.
Tower. When we come here, it's usually to stop by Blade HQ. The higher-ups, like Secretary Nagi and Commander Vandam, will spend most of their day here. The government leaders, too. They're based in the tower. Guys like our new Director General Maurice Chausson, for example.
Blades sometimes report to the leadership here after we finish key assignments. You'll want to remember this place.
And that about does it for our tour. So, what do you think? Pretty amazing setup, right? You can't wait to join Blade, right?
Okay, Lynn, seriously, that's enough. We're not here to make a sales pitch. We just want you to have all the facts so you can make an informed decision to join us, or not. Now that you've seen where and how we work, hopefully it made a good impression, but your decision will be just that, your decision. In any case, let's head back to the barracks. Secretary Nagi will be waiting.
Yeah. 5,000 must not be that much, if it's just gonna give it to me like that. You've just woken up, so you must be feeling pretty hazy. If you're confused about anything, you can check the tips. Okay. Sure, I will save. Hopefully that's it with, like, the tutorial stuff. Hopefully it's a little more... yeah, sure. Hopefully it's a little more open here on... Okay, I guess I can't go to this actual tower. The ability to jump in this game is very cool. Just like the amount you can jump. The pump in is a little aggressive, I have to be honest.
Honey, we're home.
Yes, very amusing.
Who wants a fresh cup of tea?
Thank you, Ms. Gu, but I can't stay long. I just wanted to pass along a request from your commanding officer.
Commander Vandam? Does it have anything to do with our new arrival?
Correct. He stopped by while you were out on your tour. He said he'll come back, but that I shouldn't wait to ask you.
Here we go. I bet I can guess.
You probably can. He wants to fast-track our new friend here for blade duty with a training assignment. What in the hell are we waiting for? As he put it.
The commander does have a way with words.
Makes even my pitch sound smooth.
I explained about the memory issues, but he didn't see it as a problem. And to be honest, given our current need for blade recruits, I can't say I entirely disagree.
Hey, it's not me you need to convince. Blade service is voluntary, remember?
Of course, and I would never force or coerce anyone. Well, friend, what do you say? Can we count on you to do your part?
What even happens if you refuse?
I
guess
knew
could
you'd
try
make
it.
the right choice. Welcome to the organization. Elma, he can start on your team. You'll begin training immediately.
Yes, Mr. Secretary. With pleasure.
All right. Welcome to the Cool Kids Club.
Now then, let's discuss that training assignment. We've decided to start you out on a probe installation, just to get your feet wet.
I guess we should back up a bit. Here in New LA, we're using a specialized computer system called Frontier Nav to help us deploy a sensor grid across Mira. A network of data probes that allows us to monitor conditions and collect all kinds of information about the planet.
Expanding that grid and filling in the blind spots is one of Blade's highest priorities. Here, take a look at this. What you're seeing on screen is a terrain map that includes New LA and the surrounding landmass. As you can see, we've divided the area into a series of hexagonal blocks. We call these blocks segments, and together they form our grid. We determined this was the most efficient pattern, given the limited range of our probes. Based on it, we know exactly where we need the probes to go. Now we just have to install them.
The sooner the better, as far as I'm concerned. The Frontier Nav probes can also detect the general locations of living things in the vicinity, which comes in handy if we need to track down a Blade or another citizen.
Yes, quite handy indeed. So for this first exercise, you'll be heading here, to that white segment. Go there, install the data probe, and then come back home.
Got it. East of the city.
This was like everything they already had.
In that case, we can take the East Gate out of the administrative district, right? We should be there in no time.
I'll leave the details on the data probe installation procedure to you, Elma.
Of course, Mr. Secretary. All right, you two, shall we?
Yeah! Training or not, let's go install the hell out of that probe!
The very Xenoblade mission. This would be cool to actually get to fight now. I always find like the concept behind like, I guess it's just pacing, but like.
Man, am I glad we pulled an assignment to the east of the city this time. It'd be a long walk all the way back over to the West Gate.
Hold on. Are we even sure the East Gate will be open? Last I heard, it was still on lockdown from all the high-level indigent activity.
It was, but they just lowered the threat level earlier today. The gates are officially open for business. One of our teams must have gone out there and kicked some furry indigent butt, huh?
Wouldn't surprise me at all. Irina's team is one of our best.
How does he know Irina and Gwyn?
We ran into them just before we met up with you. They were on their way out to an assignment.
Well, then that settles it. It must have been them, right? Man, forget this amateur hour probe baloney. Those guys are where the action's at.
I'll try not to take that personally. But enough talk. We've got our mission to deal with. Let's head out.
Roger. That probe isn't gonna install itself. Let's get to the East Gate, shall we?
More play. But yeah, like, I think it's really interesting, like, the concept for, like, how long you wait for the player to actually start doing something, or just start, like, the battle system or whatever. I can definitely tell you, the faster you put the player into the actual gameplay, the better. Just from, like, I've started like a lot of games. I think my Steam account has like almost 1,000 games in it. I can't tell you how many times I've started a game and just been like, man, this is too much talking. I'm just not gonna play this one. It's mostly back when I got Humble Bundle, and, you know, in a couple month period, you can literally amass like hundreds of games. I want to kill that thing again. Which one is stronger, this one or that one? They're both level 6. There's a level 7 over here. I've never used this. Okay, wait. Deals from behind, boost damage.
Backslash! Yeah! Now step in!
Watch me
Shadow Strike! Sliding Slinger!
Fire Carnival!
I'm on balance!
Side Slash!
Early bird!
Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike. Early bird.
Got it! Take this! Yeah!
There
Now
we
step
go.
in! Too much force!
Slide nice. Move in and do some damage.
No, I didn't.
Shadow Strike. Now, melee attack.
I think we just need to fight some easier things until we get, until we get enough arts that we can actually fight with. Oh, there were robots are a limited resource, but we just have 4 of them parked outside doing nothing.
Let's win this!
Let's see what you've got.
Backslash! Yeah! Now step in!
Now,
Blast
my
unit
turn.
down! Weaken them and lay in! Fire Carnival!
Yeah, you're on top of this now. Scream Edge!
Victory achieved!
Hope I didn't get in the way.
Come on!
Let's see what you've got. Shadow Strike!
Fire Carnival!
Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike.
That's crazy.
Blast!
Side Flash.
Backslash! Victory achieved!
We got him.
Easy, yeah.
Let's move.
I have to be a little bit careful of what I fight.
I'm taking the first strike. Stay close!
Now, my turn. Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike.
Fire Carnival!
Got it! Take this!
Side Flash.
Wild
Sliding.
Close in!
Let's win this!
Locked and loaded.
Engaging. Lay down some fire for me.
Backslash!
I've got you covered. Fire!
I wonder where... Maybe the middle button... Because normally that's like the Miata. But maybe the middle button's gonna be some kind of...
Backslash! Yeah! Now step in!
Assume like the robot will be the middle button.
Early bird!
Sliding. Splinter. Side
Victory
Flash.
achieved!
Nice work.
I was hoping to get... It's only a lot better than what I was wearing. I was hoping to get some kind of... some arts at some point, but... I have to do unlearned. How do I learn them? These are my teammates' arts. It doesn't seem to show you. Does it show you like unlock requirement or something? Or maybe it's just playing with them? I don't know. I assume I don't know about you. Are these things dead?
What the hell happened here? You don't think that one Sinicula could have killed all these simius?
Unless...
Unless... what?
This is bad.
What's bad? I don't follow you.
That Sinicula. It's a tyrant.
Yo.
But it looks just like any other Sinicula.
Think about it. Your typical simius is way higher up on the food chain than your typical Sinicula, right? Usually we'd find one simius standing
Sure,
over
I
3 or
guess.
4 Sinicula corpses. But here, the tables have been turned. And I don't see a single trace of any other indigents in the area. There's only one explanation. That Sinicula is a tyrant.
Let me check the Blade Report database. If there's a tyrant this close to the city, someone must have run across it. Bingo. There was a Sinicula tyrant sighted not too long ago, but it was a couple of segments further out.
It could have followed the blade that spotted it back towards New LA, or come here to feed, or who knows what.
That's crazy. I can't believe there's a tyrant right on our doorstep and HQ isn't doing a thing about it.
Well, don't forget why they sent us here in the first place. Frontier Nav's range is still limited.
Oh, right. They couldn't track it if there's no local probe. They must have lost it when it went off the grid. The Tyrant designation is given to creatures that pose a special threat in one way or another. That doesn't always mean raw strength. Some Tyrants will actually register as low rank when you find them out in the field and engage them in combat.
But don't let that fool you. If a creature shows up as a tyrant, you can be sure it's got at least one nasty trait or ability to speak of. The system can't account for everything, though, so don't let your guard down, no matter what rank it assigns. Even some of Blade's very best teams have come back with serious injuries after running into a tyrant in the field. If they come back at all.
Okay, so just the three of us can handle it? Obviously not.
As long as you understand the risks involved. Lynn?
Count me in. The same goes for everyone in New LA, but if we're gonna settle here on this planet, we're gonna have to get used to dealing with tyrants now and then. Besides, if I need to, I can always run away while it's busy chewing on one of you guys.
Fair enough. But don't push it, okay? Either of you. If we can take it down, great, but if not, even just luring it away would be a moral victory. As long as we buy enough time to install the probe, we can use Frontier Nav to track it, or any other tyrant that comes this close to the city from now on. Just make sure you're ready before we attack. This'll be tougher than anything else we've faced.
Are we taking this thing? Doesn't really make sense to me. Okay. Destroying appendages. Good. Aim at them. Destroying appendages before defeating an enemy may yield additional rewards. Okay.
You call this progress?
How is this even remotely fair?
Done. What am I
They're
doing?
off guard. Stagger them with a melee attack. Sliding slinger! Shadow strike! That could have done it. Move in and keep the rhythm going.
Fire Carnival!
Upper hand!
We should have, like...
Backslash!
Sliding slinger! Side slash! Now that's how to evade. You can do it!
I wish this would
Shadow
be...
strike!
Oh,
I'm off balance.
Backslash!
Now, melee attacks! Upper hand!
first thing they're letting my melee hit.
Wild smash!
Sliding slinger! Scream ag! We're up against a big target. Buff up
They
now!
won't get their wind.
Appreciate it.
I'm turning this around.
Side slash! Some nice. Move in and do some damage.
There we go. Finally got the combo.
Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike. Upper hand. Shadow strike. Sliding nice. Move in and do some damage.
This energy. I feel like I could do anything. Backslash!
Early bird. That could have dented it. Move in and keep the rhythm going. Nice work, Lynn. You fought well. You did too. Now let's get down to business and install that data probe. If we stay here for long, there's no telling what other playmates might show up. This beam of light indicates a frontier nav site. It marks the ideal spot to bury the probe.
Okay, the probe should be ready for insertion. I'll just boot it up.
Thanks, Lynn. The top half of the cylinder contains the probe itself. The bottom half is a laser. It dissolves the soil so the probe can burrow to the proper depth. We tried just planting them on the surface at first, but we kept running into problems with the local wildlife damaging the goods. Burying them is going to save us all a lot of time and headaches in the long run. We all set?
Yes, ma'am. Whenever you're ready.
Why don't you do the honors? You can launch it right from your comm device. Give it a try.
My earpiece? Oh no, it's my cell phone.
Good. Now we just need to give it a minute to reach the target depth.
And installation complete. We are now online with a solid connection to Frontier Nav.
Excellent. See? At the end of the day, there's really not much to it. The hardest part was calculating the ideal probe locations. We need them spread out evenly to maximize data collection.
Yep, planting probes is easy. And the more we plant, the more likely we are to find missing crew. So anytime you see a probe site, there's no excuse not to plant that sucker.
That'll do it for your training. Let's head back to the barracks and report to Secretary Nagi.
Yay, we got a war item. Oh my god, this is actually a cool system. Okay, so segment recon shows the details and tasks that need to be performed in each segment. Each category is shown with its own icon. Resolving these increase your survey rates. If there is a segment recon task skill to address at your to address at your current location, a yellow hexagon will be displayed on your minimap. This is known as the segment marker. The segment marker indicates the boundaries of each segment. You can also go to the main menu map segment, then select the blah, manually set the segment marks. Will display as a blue hexagon. Okay. Tyrant Emperor. So HB told me that the king of all duogols lives in a pond near Roof Rock. Okay. So how do self-find? No. Mark, so, okay. I guess we'll do that. I assume it just shows me everywhere where there are things to grab. Is there a motion blur setting? I just have to know. Manual, vertical. Show headgear, ground gear, field UI. Social notifications, other sound, video now. And that's one place they gotta. I think things that don't affect the FPS at all should be toggleable. Yeah, I don't know. It's not that bad, but like sometimes the motion play is really bad. I don't know if it's faster to jump like that, but it feels faster. I just want the game to start opening up, so I'm allowed to kind of do whatever I want.
Hey!
That was the most egregious pop-in I've ever seen on a Switch game. That's crazy.
Great.
Maybe not the most egregious. That was pretty egregious, though. And a charge truck popping in before your eyes is pretty bad.
Commander Vandam.
Well, now, look what the cat dragged in.
Nice guy.
Sorry we missed you last
What the
time.
fuck?
We could have come to meet you at HQ, you know.
This guy's Hulk Hogan.
Indeed. I suggested as much. Twice.
And we know how much I enjoy being told what to do. Anyway, I hear you tangled with a tyrant, way out of your league, on a training mission, no less. That was reckless, and goddamn magnificent.
Hopefully that 50 XP levels me up so I can get a new skill.
So, Commander, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit here today?
Well, I can't just ask Nagi to do everything for me. I'd be out of a job.
Hey, I delivered you the new recruit, didn't I?
Yeah, you won the bet. Don't worry about it, all right? I'll settle up with you later. You know I'm good for it.
The bet?
I'm sure I'm needed elsewhere. If you'll all excuse me, Commander.
Well, that wasn't obvious at all.
Huh. Look at you two. I swear, you're like two children excited about a new toy.
Look who's talking. I don't recall ever seeing you file a request to personally train a rescue before.
Is that so odd?
It is before we'd even asked him to become a blade, little miss stick in the rear.
Usually I ask when I don't get your slang expressions, but something tells me to just let that one go.
Enough about that. Where are your manners, anyway? I still haven't been introduced to our new recruit here.
Commander Vandam is Blade's top officer.
In a past life, I was chief engineer on the White Whale. Same idea, basically. Someone has a problem, I fix it. You follow? Huh. Not much for conversation, are you?
So you still haven't told us why you're here. From the look of things, I'm guessing this isn't a social call.
You don't think?
No. So let's cut the crap and get down to business.
Ha! Sounds like you're learning my expressions just fine, Elma. Anyway, first we need Chatty Cathy here to choose a division and pull an assignment.
Xenoblade X release date Wii U. Well, this game came out in 2015. I don't know why in my head I'm thinking this game came out in like 2012. Actually, that couldn't have been right because the Wii U came out in 2013.
Whoa there, Itchy Trigger. I know you're just chafing at the bit to run out there and grab the world by its tail, but you need to choose a division first. Once that's all hashed out, we can get into detail about what your first assignment's gonna be.
That's what I was asking.
Pretty much everyone in New LA works for Blade, in one of several different fields. Helping to explore Mira, or to maintain order in the city, or, well, you remember Nagi's speech, right? There are 8 different fields in all, and each one has its own branch within Blade.
I didn't know there was going to be this many choices.
Officially, they're called divisions. Naturally, you'll want to choose one that best suits your personality and your
Google this.
talents.
Let's start with the Pathfinders. Pathfinder's #1 responsibility is planting data probes, like you did on your training mission. It may not be the sexiest job, but important? You bet your ass it's important. We've only been on Mira 2 months. We don't know jack about this place. The more probes we install, the faster we can get our bearings here and give ourselves a fighting chance.
We've already detailed how important it is we expand the Frontier Nav network ASAP. So, for the time being, I'll just remind you of the highlights. It helps us keep Blade safe. It helps us keep the city safe. And most important of all, it's the key to locating the missing parts of the Lifehold and recovering the rest of the human race.
Okay, next up, Interceptors. You met Akalov and Evans, right? Irina and Gwen? This is their division. Interceptors have one main duty: protect New LA and everyone in it from the wildlife here on Mira. Right now, this is probably our busiest division. Interceptors ride shotgun for the research eggheads, they escort VIPs around, and they help any other idiots who get caught out there with their pants down.
Next
Wish
are
she's
the
moving a little bit
Harriers.
faster.
Remember Doug Barrett, the Skell pilot conducting the test flight with Lynn? He's part of the Harriers. If you think of the Interceptors as defense, Harriers would be New LA's offense.